Hey guys, this is Kami Ken, and yesterday I saw Fantastic Four for the first time, and it was good. Me and a friend went out to go see it, and we did not have high expectations for it. It was actually I had basically zero expectations for it, or even lower than that, negative expectations really, because I had never been into Fantastic Four, so it would be up to the movie to really make me involved with these characters, engaged with the characters. Um, so me and my buddy, like we had just seen Superman maybe a few weeks ago, and it was just all right. It was okay, and I actually made a video about that. I still had to put it together and edit it because it was one of my longer videos, and I had a lot to say about it. So in this case, with Fantastic Four, it was actually surprisingly solid, and what I really liked about it was the fact that it actually focused on some like universal themes where the threat to their world, their existence, was actually a credible threat. It was actually touching on things that were important uh, superhero themes that weren't just, I don't know, something of the moment to talk about, especially like in Superman. In Superman, it was just like it didn't focus on universal stuff. It felt like a TV episode. It felt like something you could just watch and then forget. But then this was like, it was interesting. I wanted to see more from it, and then I also wanted to watch it again after seeing it the first time. Things that I did like about it were how Sue plays with her powers. Like sometimes she'll just like kind of throw a full force field, and it'll be for fun, just not for a serious um, use or whatever. Um, I liked Pedro Pascal's portrayal of Reed Richards. I really liked how he was just like cerebral and thoughtful and whatnot. And I'm glad he wasn't like just some like lame. Like I'm glad they didn't make him like this lame side character, this lame male character where they lower him to raise up the female characters. Like I like that they didn't do that with his character. It was just that he was very cerebral in the story. Um, and I really like Johnny and the Thing's relationship. I like how they were acting throughout the entire movie, and there was just a lot of and I really like the fact that they really downplayed the usual Marvel like jokes that they do. They still had some, like just a couple, but for the most part, it was very subdued, very normal, and I enjoyed the fact that it was like they were playing things straight. So when things got serious, they you could actually experience them as a serious moment, and you didn't have a joke undercut the entire thing and then make you and throw you out of the scene. You could actually take it with the seriousness it was intended for. So those are the things that I really appreciated about the movie. I like the scale that you could feel in the movie, like how big things were in comparison to the characters, especially Galactus and the Silver Surfer. And I like that the entire time I was engaged in what was happening on screen. Like I was like, oh, how are they going to solve this, or how are they going to beat this guy, or how are they going to resolve this issue? And it kept going throughout the entire thing. Like everything was keeping my interest throughout the entire thing. Whereas in parts of Superman, there would be parts where I would just kind of tune out because I'm just like I don't give a fuck about what they're talking about. Especially like when they were arguing over how they should handle this foreign affairs situation in this country, this made up country that maybe it was supposed to be an allegory for something in real life. I was just like, yeah, I can't be bothered to think about this. Let's just give the characters an actual problem that needs to be solved right now, and focus on that because storytelling wise, that's more engaging to the audience than having a Twitter argument on screen. Like I don't want to watch people have a debate. I want to watch superheroes fight and act to save the world, and that's exactly what the Fantastic Four did in this movie. They were very public figures, to the point where if I was so public like that, I would be like really uncomfortable with how well people know me and my life and whatnot. And but I like that they I like that the public was involved in their lives, and I like that the fact that it could be that something like that could be possible because this was taking place on a completely other Earth, like a different universe of the Marvel films. So I like the fact that they do have a multiverse in Marvel in general, because then movies like this can exist, and that's what I was always hoping for by the end of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where they would just have all these Elseworld stories where it could be made. It would be possible to have another Tony Stark coming from somewhere else, because they have so many like universes that they could just do exactly like they do in the comics and make the world um, collapse or expand as much as they wanted to, because then they could have infinite stories, infinite comics coming out, or infinite movies, comic book based movies coming out. So they can have an ultimate universe, they can have a regular universe, the 616 universe. This one happened to be 828, and that was based off of a date that Jack Kirby said something. There was a quote at the end that it was in reference to. So, yeah, overall, it was just a very solid movie, and I would watch it again. Uh, I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but most of them are just like most of my other thoughts are just minor things that I really liked about the movie. And I'm not really a reviewer, so I'm just giving you my thoughts about it. I would definitely recommend it. Um, I would say, in terms of the bigger point of movies, cinema, and how good or the quality of movies and cinema these days, it's like if something isn't as bad as you expected it, it's almost as if that's the new bar, the new standard. Because this movie is really solid, like really good on its own. It does solid storytelling, good story, and but compared to older movies, like more classical movies, um, it's still more of like a thrill ride type thing, and I don't think I want to get too deep into it on in this one video, but movies just in general feel different from how they used to feel like classically, and it's the same thing that's going on in anime, but that's a much larger point for another video, and I'll cut it off here and see you in the next. Peace.